Okay, hello class. For today's lesson, we will be having our quarter 1. Lesson 1, prelim. Provide link between kitchen and service area. Ayan, so here we will need or we will just identify the different link between kitchen and service area, how we can appreciate the importance of each link between the kitchen and service area, and how we can understand the significance of each link. Ayan. So, first lesson or first topic that we will study. Ayan. So, relay information in a clear and concise manner using appropriate communication techniques. Ayan. So, in food, beverage services, communication is a critical in providing link between kitchen and service area. Ayan. So, this section provides a context that providing link between kitchen and service areas, give examples of information which may need to be relayed, identify the staff who may involve and present appropriate techniques. Ayan. So, information to be relayed. So, unahin natin yung mga general food orders. Ayan. So, this be given by the guest or waiter. Ayan. So, the information may include yung mga table number. So, we need to consider the table number of guests, how many packs. Ayan. So, dishes ordered, number of waiter, and your name. Ayan. So, napaka-importante nun. Next is specific guest request for general orders which can relate. Ayan. So, timing requirements. Ayan. Lalo na in preparing this kind of food, syempre hindi naman mabilisan. Ayan. So, you have to timing everything. Ayan. Especially when you are serving food. Next, special requests as they do dietary health needs and cultural requirements, religious issues, and personal preference. Dapat alam din ninyo if they are, yung nag-order ng ganito, ganyan, vegetarian, ayan, you're about to prepare the food, ayan, depende dun sa mismong kakailanganin or kakainin ng tao. Next, additional or side orders for the tables or individual guests, ayan, so, you have to prepare rice if they need rice. Ayan, chip salad, mga complaints also. Ayan, yung mga requests for additional items as more bread rolls, butter, or extra salad, and or vegetables. Next, questions about how long food for a certain table will be. Ayan, kung magpiprepare kayo, ilan ba dapat ganitong oras na prepare na nyo na yung food. Ayan. For you to keep your restaurants na mabenta, ganon. So, you need to consider that. Questions from guests about menu items, asking about the commodities used in dishes. Ayan. So, information from kitchen to service points. Ayan. So, you're about to know what will happen inside your kitchen. Ayan. So, information which may need to be relayed from chefs, cooks can include advice regarding timing of meals. Ayan. So, if they serve or if they ask you to prepare this, how many minutes or yun. So, you need to consider the time. Next, request for action, push the soup or try to sell red curry. Ayan. Next, clarification of orders, place and interpret written or verbal orders so kitchen knows exactly what is required. Ayan. Notification certain requests cannot be accommodated. Request for uncertain crockery or cutlery to be returned. Ayan. Next, response to questions by the guest. Ayan. So, hindi ka lang basta-basta nagtitake ng orders. If someone asks you about this, you should able to answer them in a very nice way. Ayan. So, here, we will study also yung mga staff. Ayan. So, when relaying information and liaising between kitchen and service, if you want to work them together or work together, you will need to interact with. Ayan. So, when we say liaising, this is the process on how we can work together or how we can share together. Ayan. Chefs and cooks, ayan. So, who can see clarification of orders and or ask you to pass on directions of waiters. Ayan. They are the one who prepare the foods yung mga customer na nag-order. Next, mga dishwashing staff. Mostly, nasa mga dishwashing area sila. Who can ask for nominated used crockery and cutlery to be returned immediately from service to the dishwashing. Ayan. Next, mga still room staff. You may need staff, or you may need to ask for extra butter rolls and condiments. Ayan, sila yung pwedeng utusan. Ayan. Next, we have the cleaners. Ayan. So, aside dun sa mga dishwasher na natin, so we may able to need or get a staff which are the cleaners who may have to ask and perform cleanup duties. Ayan, sila yung nagpi-prepare or nagki-clean ng inyong restaurants. Next, we have the food waiters. They are the one who serve and get orders from the guest. Ayan, whose direction or request you will need to pass on the kitchen or relevant orders. Ayan. Next, servers, staff who are involved in serving fast food customers. Ayan. Next, we have the beverage waiters. So, they are different do sa isa pang nagpi-prepare ng food. So, even though this unit applies directly to food, it is reality that in the workplace, you work as a part of team and need to prepare the assist or any other staff member as required. Ayan. For example, you may pass on requests or information from drink waiters to the bar and work with butter attendants to facilitate drink service where necessary. Next, dining room, restaurant, supervisor, manager, and owner. Ayan. So, another staff na kailangan nating malaman. Ayan. So, the person has overall control of service. Ayan. They are the one who monitor you if you are the... Ayan. So, next. Okay, so appropriate communication techniques is important, lalo na if you are liaising with the kitchen areas, you are able to have a good communication between your employee or staff. Ayan, kasi mas mapapadali ninyo yung trabaho. Ayan, if you are in a good, ayan, when it comes in speaking and thinking. The following are techniques which you can use to help ensure that the effective communication occurs when relaying information. Ayan, you're about to talk any minute Ayan, so when preparing food, even yung mga staff mo inside your kitchen, ayan, they are about to talk. Ayan, ano yung ganyan? Nasaan yung ganito? Ganyan. So, how will you communicate well? Ayan. So, first, using the most appropriate method of communication. Ayan, kung napapansin nyo, dun sa mga ibang trabaho, umaalis yung mga employee nila because of this. Ayan, kasi without manners, ayan, syempre, ayaw ng tao na pinagsasabihan sila ng yung paano ng boses. Ayan, so you have to use the most properly or appropriate method of communication. Next, writing clearly. Ayan, when you are ordering or taking guest order, ayan, so you have to writing clearly. When producing written communication, make sure it is clear enough for others to read and interpret. Especially if you are also the manager, ayan, you are able to write a letter for them to have the information they are needed. So, dapat hindi sila hindi dun pa lang nakikita nila that you are well mannered. Ayan, next, using open and closed questions to gain required information about the topics being talked about, paying attention and concentrating on what other are saying. Ayan, hindi pwedeng porket ikaw yung manager, ikaw lagi tama. Why don't you try to interact with them na alam mong ikakabuti din ng inyo at yung mga staff mo. Ayan, next, speaking slowly and clearly but naturally. Ayan. So, napaka-importante nito when you are talking to your guests or staff. Ayan, so you should able to speak very, ayan, slowly. Next. Ayan, so being concise, so another method. Ayan, so this means giving only the required information and avoiding unnecessary words and unnecessary information. Ayan, if you are about to shout again and again, ayan, hanggang matapos nagsisigawan lang kayo, I don't think your staff will cooperate with you. Ayan, so you need coordination together. Ayan, so kaya nga pinag-aaralan natin yung liaisons between kitchen and service area. Ayan, for you to able to work together and have a communication both staff and manager. Next, to achieve this, you need to make sure that you have got their all attention when relaying the order. Ayan, so if you are the one, example, you are the waiter, ayan, so they ask you to pick their orders, ayan, so have got their full attention. Ayan, when you are taking orders, you should be able to focus on them only. Ayan. Next, point out the special request on the actual docket, physically locating the written information you have to put on the docket or order. Next, tips on relaying information to waiting staff. Generally, the following should be observed when providing information to wait staff. Ayan. So, while you are waiting for your staff, ayan. So, the first thing to do is never interrupt a waiter when they are talking to guests. Ayan. So, ito rin yung nagiging problema ng iba eh. Ayan. So, someone is talking to the waiter. Ayan. Kaso, in-interrupt mo siya. Ayan. So, syempre, minsan nagkakamali yung mga yung mga staff natin. Ayan. As a guest, ayan, so never interrupt, or as a manager, ayan, never interrupt your waiter when they are talking to your guest. Ayan. Never interrupt a waiter when they are talking an order or serving also, kasi ayan, once the order is already there, tapos mali pala, ayan. So, syempre, sila yung napapahamak. Next, talk to waiter away from guests so only the waiter can hear what is said. Ayan. So, if you are a manager, if you know this, ayan, so dapat alam mo yon na hindi mo kailangan ipahiya yung mga waiter or staff mo inside your restaurant or inside your venue for them to learn. Ayan. So, you can ask them na malayo dun sa mga guests natin. Next, use hand signal if possible. Ayan, mostly yan yung ginagamit ng mga techniques nila for communicating or for to communicate with others. Ayan. So, go signal lang lagi. Next, understand when you give information to a waiter, there is often a need for them to give you information and direction as a result. Ayan. Next, try to give waiters options where possible. For example, if one dish is unavailable, provide them with relevant alternatives. Ayan. Ito yung ginagamit lagi ng mga waiter kung napapansin nyo man. Ay ma'am, hindi po available yung ganyan, pero meron po kaming ganito. Ayan. So, you should know kung ano yung pwedeng alternative dun sa bagay na ino-order ng inyong mga staff. I mean your mga guests. Ayan. Next. So, monitor and attend kitchen service points to ensure prompt pick of food. Ayan. In order to ensure prompt service of food, you must monitor the kitchen and be ready to pick plated food up when it's all ready and take it off wait staff or food service points. Ayan. This section discussed that with this involved in this most important part of your job. Ayan. So, monitoring is the best thing to do. Ayan. To maintain. Ayan. So, monitoring and attending duties and activities. So, napaka-importante nito kung kaya kung napapansin nyo, every businessman or businesswoman have their inventory. Ayan, para makita nila yung galaw ng mismong kanilang business. Ayan. Next, monitoring and attending kitchen service points are your primary duties with tasks which may comprise first, collecting meals from the service points and delivering them to the service area and wait staff. Ayan. So, you have to monitor and attending kitchen service points also. Ayan. Next, clearing away food service items from service areas and returning them to the kitchen, dishwashing area, and all of the still room. Ayan. So, napaka-importante nun after they take their food. Ayan. So, it is time to collect all the mga gamit. Ayan. Next, cleaning food service areas to maintain appearance and safety, picking up spilled food and beverages. Ayan. Kung nakikita nyo kahit saan naman Ayan. Pagtapos na yung kumain yung kanilang mga clients or mga guests, they are the one who pick all the things especially yung mga example, spill of beverage. Ayan. Next, maintaining food service areas to ensure all requirements for service, food and non-food items, ayan, are kept supplied. Next, performing any one of food-related duties as a trade, ayan. Next, ayan, so as a waiter naman, being called for pickup, ayan. So, individual venues or kitchens will have their own method of calling you to collect food which is ready for service. Ayan, so options include ringing a bell, ayan, kung ano pa ba, yung mga sign language, ayan, calling out your name, calling out the table number, ayan, calling out both a name and a table number, ayan. So, example with this, and a ringing a bell, ayan, which simply indicates something is ready for collection but does not indicate the food, ayan. Next, calling out your name. So, example, Daniel takeaway, meaning Daniel is needed to collect dishes for service. Next, calling out a table manner or a table number. Takeaway, table 11, meaning food for table 11 is ready for collection. Ayan. Next, calling out both a name and a table number. Daniel, takeaway table 11. Ayan. So, consider yung pangalan mo tsaka yung mismong i-takeaway table mo. Ayan. Next, ano nga ba yung mga important point? Ayan, so never ever take a dish unless and until specifically directed so by whoever is running past. So now let us proceed to our service points areas. Ayan, depende dun sa venue o dun sa mismong team ng inyong yung ipiprepare mong service points. So depending on the venue where you work, you may require to provide service related monitoring and responses to the following areas. So note, not all venues will have of the following areas. The list is provided to give you and understand the potential for you to service. Yan. So, kitchen service areas, you need to be aware of two main service of dispensing points found in the kitchen, such as hot food area. So, you have able to know, ayan, yung mga hot food, ayan, next, mga cold. Ayan. So, these areas does not exist in all properties of being limited, mainly only a large commercial kitchen. Ayan. Next, yung mga waiting station while we are waiting for the food. Ayan. You may also be required of fetch and carry to waiting station situation in the dining rooms or restaurants. Ayan. So, a waiting station is a place or piece of furniture which is a waiter uses as their work base. Ayan. Next, yung mga buffet areas natin. Ayan. So, when we say buffet areas, ayan, so you may also be responsible for tending and attending and monitoring also buffet. Ayan. Syempre, to look if it is the food is already enough and for your guests. Next, in this situation, you will be required to ensure dishes are kept up and kept presentable and hygienic. Ayan, lalo na iba-iba yung pumupunta doon sa mga buffet areas natin. Next, we have the room service collection areas. Ayan. So, most venues will have dedicated room service staff, but depending on a venue and the organization staff, you may be required to perform various service functions such as clearing tails and trolleys, returning room service crockery and cutlery. Ayan. So, setting up room service trays and trolleys. Ayan. So, check food in accordance with enterprise standard. Ayan. Mas magandang high quality yung mga ingredients na pinuproduce natin. Before you take any dishes or trays of food out of the kitchen and give it to wait staff or to guests, you must undertake a series of checks to ensure the food being served is acceptable. Ayan, kaya halos chef lahat yung mga nagluluto, nagpiprepare ng food to ensure yung good quality and if it is acceptable do sa mga bumibili. Next, we have the enterprise standard. Ayan. So, here relating the food, ayan, yung mga placement ng mga plate na ginagamit natin. Ayan. So, first, in relation to checking food prior to service, enterprise standards may refer to number 1, size of the size of the meal. Ayan. So, if it is kakain lang, pang isang tao lang, it should be pang isang tao lang siya. Next, placement of items on a plate. Some venues will require, for example, vegetable for certain dishes to be placed in a nominated sequence or locations on the plate to optimize the visual appeal of the dish. Ayan. So, dapat alam natin i-place, ilagay sa lugar yung mga dish. Use a stipulated serviceware for given items. Ayan. So, for example, it may be a requirement a certain type of size or bowl is used to nominated food items to accompaniment. So, make sure that your food is already suit dun sa mismong serviceware na piniprepare natin. Next, service of sauces. Some venues may add sauces to the meal directly applying to the sauce of the food, while others may provide a small jug of sauce, a bottle sauce, or a sauce boat. Next, checking of the food. Ayan. So, the right meal has been prepared and any requested changes has been made to the item or dish. Next, the quality of all items serves as a consumption. So, dapat a whole fish should not have tears in the skin. Ayan, fresh fruit must not be overripe. Salads, vegetable must be crisp. There should be no obvious blemishes or visible impediments to any food items on the plate. Next, guest requests have been taken into account. Ayan. So, this means, yung mga directly comparing the dishes natin against dun sa mga order. Ayan. Check to ensure, for example, rare steaks. Ayan. So, example, rare lang po yung steaks na ganon. Ayan. So, you need to consider that. If it is well done o ano lang siya, ganon. Next, checking the serviceware. Ayan. So, lalo na sa mga restaurant, hindi na pwedeng gamitin yung mga meron ng damage na ayan. So, in addition to checking the food to serve, you must also verify the required serviceware. Ayan. If this tool is suits to this food, ayan, pwede siya. Ayan. Ayan, ano nga ba yung mga serviceware na pwede natin gamitin in preparing food, especially in a restaurant? Ayan, so plates and bowls. Ano pa ba yung mga plates for, platters for cake stands? Mga service utensils such as tongs, carving forks, ayan, mga glassware, mga oven to table, allowing food items to be taken directly from the oven. What else? Yung mga lids and covers, mga condiments containers, mga knives, yung mga flatware knives. Ayan. So, mga sizzle plates, mga tureens, boards of service of dishes such as fruits and cheese, yung mga jugs natin, sugar bowls, and mga bread basket. Ayan. Next. Ayan, tray carrying. Ayan, if you are the waiter, you must be able to know how to carry those tray. Ayan, tray comes in many various and sizes and may be round, square, or rectangular. They are used for carrying plates. Ayan, carrying plates into the actual service area, the dining room or restaurant, and removing plates, cutlery, and other items from the dining area to the kitchen. And you may look quite to carry a tray in one hand, diba? Ayan, pero if you are a waiter, you need to be expert when it comes in carrying trays. Above your head through crowded room, but this is to avoided unless of course it happens. Ayan. Okay, so now let us move on to the standard practice. You must make a habit of catching the waiter's eye every time they may enter in a dining room or restaurant. This lets the waiter know they have just brought something in, but also gives the waiter an opportunity to signal to you that they have a special request to make or for you to pass on. Ayan. So, these special requests are numerous but may include one, I need a fresh steak knife because someone dropped theirs on the floor. Ayan. So, if you are a customer or the guest inside the restaurant, ayan, so you must able the standard practice. Ayan, hindi basta-basta, hey, can you bring me some another cutlery here and there. You should respect the waiters also. Ayan. And tell the chef people are complaining the rice is not hot enough. Catching the eye of wait staff is not difficult to do, as they will also. Ayan, you may catch their eye, ayan, and have a signal. Ayan. Ayan. So, placing food and unloading trays, mga handling. And next, so let us proceed on how we can make requests to kitchen staff based on an identified needs. Ayan, so for our introduction, when you ask to do so by waiters and servers, you will be required to make requests in the kitchen. So we have different kinds of types of requests, and these are: first, we have speed of service a guest or table may request. Ayan, to be served straight away, to hand break of 10 minutes between the service of courses, to be served and out of the room to be a given time. Next, we have the variations of items. Ayan, ito yung mga pepper crab serve as a chili crab. Ayan, so we have to think yung mga different variations. Ayan, next, yung mga sizes. Ayan, so when you are preparing for about one person lang siya, ayan, for one meal lang, ayan, you should know the variation and sizes. Next, request for information. While most waiter serves will know the answer to commonly asked questions about menu items, you will often to be asked to speak the kitchen and ask you, which may include, are certain dishes fresh or frozen? How long will it take to prepare an nominated dish? Where does the beef came from? Ayan, so request for information, you should able to, ayan. Next, making the request. Keys in making requests to kitchen staffs are: make sure you know exactly what is you need to find out about. Ayan. Next, talk to the right person. Ayan. So, if you need or ask something about his, ayan, you should talk to the right person. Next, make the inquiry as quickly as possible without being rude or interrupting what others are doing. Ayan, just like dun sa nauna, ayan, do not interrupt waiters while they are talking to other customers. Ayan. Next, gets the person's attention before speaking to them. Ayan, if they are not busy, they will entertain you naman, especially the waiters. Ayan, next, speak directly to the person in a clear voice, explaining exactly what is required. Ayan, if you are the guest, ayan, you are allowed to speak them clearly para hindi sila mabigla. Ayan. Next, listen to the answer given to you. Ayan. So, not all the waiters are expert. Yeah, they are serving this. Ayan. So, they are not also expert when it comes in preparing dishes. They are allowed to provide yung mga orders ninyo. Ayan. But some of it, hindi nila alam. Ayan. So, listen to the answer. Ayan. So, be prepared to take notes where answer may be complex or detailed. Ayan. So, as a waiter naman, ayan, you are able to, ayan, to use notes. Ayan. Next, be prepared to ask follow-up questions where you believe the person has not understood you or where you are unsure about the answer you have been given. Ayan. So, as a waiter, ayan, hindi natin, you are not knowledgeable about this, ayan. So, for you to escape on those situation, ayan, you may ask for your manager next time, ayan. Next, thank the person who gave you the answer, ayan. So, responding to requests is a very important, ayan. Ayan. So, dun lang umiikot yung sa lesson 1 natin. Ayan. Next. So, in preparing, serving food in your guests, you may able to relay information and find different kitchen service areas na nakakatulong sa inyo. Ayan. So, in preparing food or in serving food, then you must able to know what are the different methods and information na kailangan. Ayan, so as a waiter, as a guest, you must able to work together. Ayan, so this will be the end of our lesson 1. Ayan, thank you for listening.